right, so here we go. This is the modified free enterprise economy. All right, there is this one thing that I wanted to say and I wanted to talk about, and then we're going to talk about the circular flow diagram. Okay, so the modified free enterprise economy, yes, it is a great big mouthful, is basically a free enterprise economy with some government involvement. Okay, because so far we've been talking about a free enterprise economy and a market economy, and we've been talking about how they have no government involvement, right? So with a modified free enterprise economy, or a mixed economy, we have government involvement in the economy, okay? Now, the reason I say this and why we start here is that when we look at the circular flow model that we had in the last chapter, in chapter 2, what you will find is that if we're talking about a market economy, that circular flow works perfectly, okay? But once we get into talking about a modified free enterprise economy or a mixed economy, it's a little sticky, okay? So, if you remember when we did the circular flow before, okay, there we go. Okay, circular flow revisited. We started with here. Remember this? And we had our 4 boxes. We have the individuals, businesses, the factor market, the product market. Okay, we are going to look at this again. Yes, I do. We are going to draw it out again because we're going to add to it. Okay, but I gave you a bunch of colored pencils at your group, so I would like you to do this for me. Okay. I want you to do this. I want you to find 3 different colors in your colored pencil box. 3 different colors, and you need to sharpen them. I'll give you a minute to sharpen them, that kind of a thing. But, guys, listen, okay? When you are drawing this out, okay, do not draw this out in a teeny tiny little section, okay? I'm telling you right now, space all of these out really far apart, as wide as they can go. You may even want to put this on an entire separate sheet of paper and turn your notebook horizontally. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're writing. Okay? So, see how much you can actually label, just as what we talked about from chapter 2. How much of circular flow can you label by yourself without looking back at your notes? Okay, so 3 colors, but do not use one of the colors for these boxes. Do not use the colors for these boxes. Use only 2 colors right now. Save the 3rd one. 2 colors, okay? 1 color for going in a clockwise direction around the circle, the other color for the counterclockwise arrows, okay? See if you can remember all of your arrows and what you're labeling everything. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to figure that out, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's see how you did. So where are we starting with this? Where do we start? Individuals. And what do we know about individuals? What do individuals own? Factors of production. So we start with the individuals, and the individuals are going to be owning the factors of production: the land, the labor, the capital, the entrepreneurship. Right? They bring it to the factor market. Remember, the factor market was where factors of production are bought and sold. Factor is in the word, in the phrase. So what is the factor market going to do with all these factors of production? They're going to have to sell them to businesses. So we're going to bring it over to our businesses. Come on. There we go. So we're going to bring it over to our businesses. So we have those land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship being brought over to our businesses. What are the businesses going to do with all those raw materials? They're going to make a product. They're going to make some sort of item, good, or a service. And what are they going to do with that good or service? They're going to sell it. They're going to have to sell. They're going to bring it to who? Product market. So they have to bring it to the product market to sell. Okay? So goods and services are brought to the product market. And then the product market does what with them? Sells them to individuals. Okay? So there's our goods and services to our individuals. So this is our clockwise direction of our circular flow. Now going the opposite direction, our counterclockwise, all we're doing is we're paying for all of this. So we have our individuals paying the price of the good or service to our product market. Okay? The product market then has to give our businesses some sort of cut of that price. Okay? And then we have to pay for our factors of production. So what are our payments called for our factors of production? Rent for our land, wages for our labor, interest and dividends for our capital and entrepreneurial ideas. Okay? So we have to have those go towards the factor market. And the factor market's not the one that actually had those, so we also have to bring that back to our individuals. So this is what you should have so far from chapter 2, right? Okay. Keep in mind the best way to remember these things is that factor market is going to be having to do with the factors of production. Okay, so that's the factors of production that are being transferred from individuals that own them to the businesses that need them. Product market is going to be with our goods and services. Okay, now that said, okay, we are going to add to this. Now looking at this, what are we missing if we're talking about the modified free enterprise economy? Governments. Governments. Where do you suppose I'm putting the government? We're putting it in the middle. Okay, so governments. Now, this is not your third color. This is still the same color that we were using for our other boxes. Okay, so do not use your third color. Okay. Now, black. Okay, so I'm using black for my boxes. I'm using black for the government. It's another box in the middle. Okay, so our government goes in the middle. Now, here's the thing though, is that what we have happening is that the government, does the government make stuff? They don't make anything? They make laws. They don't provide anything to us? Yeah, there's lots of different things that they do. They have lots of regulatory agencies. My husband works for the government. Do you remember what I said that he does? He's an air traffic controller, okay? Is that providing a product? It's a service, okay? It is providing a product. Now, here's the thing though, is that in order to provide that product, okay, the government has to take from the factor market and the product market. So here's where you're going to use your colors, okay? So my colors, I should have made my yellow lines blue. I'm sorry. I should have made my yellow lines blue. So pretend this is blue, okay? So pretend this is blue. This is blue. So whatever your color was that was going in the clockwise direction, okay, that's the color that you're going to use right now. All right, so here's what we're doing. From the factor markets, we're going to have government take stuff from